I was a flicker in a cold, dark room, a matchstick waiting for a reason to bloom. You walked in like a sudden drift, a heavy breath, a wilder path. And now the walls are starting to sweat, the kind of heat you never forget. It's a chemical reaction, a chain in the link. We're standing on the edge, we're standing on the brink. One touch and the room starts to blur. I'm the spark and you're the stir. 'Cause I am the ember and you're the air. Feed the flame until it's everywhere. Take the smoke, turn it into a light. We're gonna burn a hole through the middle of the night. You're the oxygen, I'm the glow. Watch how high this fire can go. The world wants to douse us, to keep us small, to put out the fire, to build up a wall. But you keep me breathing, you keep me alive. In the center of the furnace is where we thrive. We're not burning out, we're just catching our stride. Let the ash fall down like snow, let the whole town watch the show. They can try to hide the sun, but we've only just begun. Every toe's kick, 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 every toe's kick. 'Cause I am the ember and you're the air. Feed the flame until it's everywhere. Take the smoke, turn it into a light. We're gonna burn a hole through the middle of the night. You're the oxygen, I'm the glow. Watch how high this fire can go. Just keep breathing on me. Keep the fire hungry. Oxygen, ember. When the middle of the story's the best part that we wrote. Yeah, the best part that we wrote. 'Cause we're an unfinished symphony, love, tracing the stars in the rafters above. No grand finale, no the end of the screen, just the echoes of everything in between. Keep writing, don't stop the music yet. We're just getting started. The song ends abruptly on a hanging chord that doesn't resolve, leaning into the title. Hey, yeah. 12:05, just us. The streetlights are blinking, tired of the day. The neighbors have finally tucked the world away. But I'm in the kitchen, leaned against the sink, watching you stir, watching you think. You're wearing my sweater, sleeves down to your wrist. A better view than the sunrise, if it even exists. We don't need a club, we don't need a crowd. The silence between us is screaming out loud in the best way, in the blessed way. It's coffee at midnight, sugar and steam, living a life that's better than the dream. We're wide awake while the city is sleeping, sharing the secrets that we've been keeping. Don't need the sun to feel the glow, as long as the caffeine and feelings flow. Midnight coffee, just you and me. No makeup, no filters, no best foot forward, just messy hair and a love that's straightforward. You're telling me stories of when you were 10, and I'm falling in love all over again. The clock's ticking loud, but time's standing still. If we don't sleep tonight, I don't think we will. Let the world keep turning, let the morning wait. As long as the pot is brewing, it's never too late. No, it's never too late. It's coffee at midnight, sugar and steam, living a life that's better than the dream. We're wide awake while the city is sleepy, been sharing the secrets that we've been keeping. Don't need the sun to feel the glow, as long as the caffeine and the feelings flow. One more cup, don't wake up yet. Don't wake up. spent a lifetime chasing horizons, looking for a map that wasn't already torn, running from the ghost and the early sun rising, hiding in the places where the shadows are born. I was a ship with a broken compass wheel, lost in a fog that felt a little too real. Then the clouds pulled back and the wind died down. I saw a light hanging over this town, and for the first time in 1,000 miles, I didn't have to guess, I didn't have to dial. 'Cause you're my North Star, steady and true. No matter how far the world pulls me through. When the night gets heavy and the road gets long, you're the only light that's never been wrong. I can wander the desert, I can sail the deep blue, but I'll always find my way back home to you. My North Star, my North Star. I used to think that freedom was leaving, that staying in one place was a kind of a cage. But you gave me a reason for finally believing that there's more to the book than just turning the page. Now I don't need a torch, I don't need a flare, I just look up and I know that you're there. Let the storms roll in, let the lightning strike, let the darkness do whatever it likes. It can't touch a fire that's burning this bright. 'Cause you're my North Star, steady and true. No matter how far the world pulls me through. When the night gets heavy and the road gets long, you're the only light that's never been wrong. I can wander the desert, I can sail the deep blue, but I'll always find my way back home to you. Yeah, I'm coming home, I see you shining, my North Star. I was a satellite spinning in circles, losing my orbit and checking the stars. A hollowed out ghost in a suit made of armor, collecting the dust and the light from the Mars. I thought I was free just because I was drifting, but I was just waiting for something to pull. Then the air got thick and the center held fast. I found the one thing I wanted. 'Cause I'm falling upward, I'm crashing to earth in the gravity of you. I'm finding my worth. The world can spin sideways, the sky can go below, but I'm staying right here in the gravity of you. They say time is a river, it only flows one way. Carrying the minutes and the debris of the day. But when you're standing in the hallway looking back at me, the river freezes over like a salt crust on the sea. The clock on the wall is just ticking for show, but we're in a place where the hours don't go. It's a glitch in the system, a tear in the seam, the space in the middle of a fever dream. I'm catching my breath, but I'm losing my mind in the only vintage moment that we'll ever find. 'Cause I'm living in the ghost of a second with you, where the world is a blur and the light is all blue. It's the beat of a heart right before it begins. It's the touch of the air on the heat of our skins. Forever is fine, but I'll take this instead. The ghost of a second hanging by a thread. The world is addicted to the next and the new. But I'm addicted to the here and the you. We're a photograph taken in a lightning strike, a permanent image of what heaven is like. Let the sun burn out, let the mountains all fall in this one frozen moment. We've got it all. Don't blink. Don't breathe. Don't let the shadow leave. If time is a thief, then let him try to steal the look that's in your eye. 'Cause I'm living in the ghost of a second with you, where the world is a blur and the light is all blue. It's the beat of a heart right before it begins. It's the touch of the air on the heat of our skins. Forever is fine, but I'll take this instead. The ghost of a second hanging by a thread. 1 second, just don't need the neon, I don't need the flash, I don't need the lightning to feel the crash. The world is so loud and it's blindingly bright, but I've learned to see in the middle of the night. I close my eyes just to find where you are, and found you're a map and a compass and star. It's not in the colors, it's not in the glare, it's the weight of the silence we both of us share. It's the way that your pulse meets the palm of my hand, a language that only the two of us understand. 'Cause I'm reading your name in Braille on my skin, every ridge, every valley, where you began. I don't need the vision, I don't need the light to know that you're holding me perfectly tight. It's a heart-shaped rail, a secret we keep in the space where the soul and the senses meet. I've memorized every curve of your face, the lines in your palms, the familiar pace of the way that you breathe when you've fallen asleep. A promise so quiet, a promise so deep. If the sun never rose, I wouldn't be blind, because you're the texture I've etched in my mind. They say seeing is believing, but I think they've got it wrong. Believing is feeling, and feeling is where we belong. 'Cause I'm reading your name in Braille on my skin, every ridge, every valley, where you began. I don't need the vision, I don't need the light to know that you're holding me perfectly tight. Sound of a soft intake of breath. I can feel you, even in the dark. Your name in Braille, your name. are 10 feet high and turning black. The wind is screaming, there's no turning back. I've been treading water till my lungs are sore, looking for a lighthouse, looking for a shore. I'm a wooden ship with a splintered mast, praying that the next wave isn't the last. Then I see the breakwater, I see the light, cutting a hole through the middle of the night. The anchor is heavy, my hands are so cold, but I'm finally touching the ground I can hold. 'Cause you're my safe harbor, the end of the line where the water is still and the stars finally shine. Let the ocean go crazy, let the tide pull away. In the crook of your arm is where I'm gonna stay. No more drifting, no more salt in the wound. I'm home in the silence, I'm home in the blue. You're my safe harbor, my safe harbor. I used to think that love was a hurricane, a beautiful chaos, a seasonal rain. But you showed me love is the wall around the fire, the strength in the stone when the water gets high. It's not the adrenaline, it's not the chase, it's the peace that I find when I look at your face. The world is a shipwreck 1,000 miles wide, and everyone's looking for somewhere to hide. But I don't need a map, and I don't need a plea, because you are the land that rose up for me. 'Cause you're my safe harbor, the end of the line where the water is still and the stars finally shine. Let the ocean go crazy, let the tide pull away. In the crook of your arm is where I'm gonna stay. No more drifting, no more salt in the wound. I'm home in the silence, I'm home in the blue. The storm is outside, but it's quiet in here. Safe harbor, safe. The world is a city that never stops talking, cacophony ringing in every hall. I'm tired of the noise and the shadows I'm stalking, just waiting for someone to break down the wall. But then there's the way that you walk in a room. The static just fades like a ghost in the gloom. 'Cause everybody's singing at the top of their lungs, trying to prove they belong. But I found the music that nobody's sung, the heartbeat inside of the song. I don't need the thunder, I don't need the quotes, I just love the space between Yeah, the quietest space between the notes. We're sitting in silence, the rain on the window, a language that hasn't been written in. I know what you're feeling before the wind blows. I know what you're saying before you can blink. It's a resting rhythm, a beautiful pause, a grander design with no hidden claws. Most people are scared of the empty. They're filling the air with a sound, but your hand in mine is plenty to keep both my feet on the ground. We don't have to shout to be found. The top of their lungs, trying to prove they belong. But I found the music that nobody sung, the heartbeat inside of the song. I don't need the thunder, I don't need the chorus, I just love the space between the notes. Just you and me, in the breath before the melody. That's where I'll be, in the space between the notes.